Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to the Bricktacular Broadcast Network. Okay, what did you have in your hand there?
Oh, I just had my there. It's a snowflake piece.
Oh,
It's an
that's
amazing piece.
cool.
It was on the pick a brick wall for the holidays. They
Oh,
restocked it,
nice.
so hopefully you can get some uh, after the holiday. You know,
Well, I will
but
tell you, we have plenty of snow here.
yeah,
The
yeah. If you
Seattle
don't,
airport was closed,
ooh,
completely shut down, I think the whole day.
that's brutal.
Hello, Lena. How's it going?
Yes,
Good to see
welcome,
you
Lena.
here. Hello.
Yeah, the weather outside is definitely frightful.
It's
We only
very
got
frightful.
we only got a dusting and we got some ice, but we haven't
It,
had any real snow yet.
it's pretty bad over here. In fact, I was supposed to go to an event today, and they canceled it around 9 o'clock this morning. So I was preparing myself. I said, "There's no way I'm going to drive this distance." So I was going to Uber, have somebody else drive through this, and get me to the train station or the light rail station, and then take the
Mhm.
light rail down.
Oh,
But
okay.
thankfully, and yes, there is a lot of snow. It's actually snow plus a layer of freezing rain and ice on top of
Mhm.
that, which
Just
makes it
a
even worse.
just an
It's no
accident
good.
sandwich. Yeah, it's no good.
It is no good.
Just an
Yeah,
accident
no,
sandwich.
I've
Everyone can take a
been
bite.
through this before when I lived in North Carolina where they had
Mhm.
snow and then they had freezing rain. And the only way you could walk on it is if you had golf cleats. So then
Mm.
the golf cleats would, grab into the ice. And I walked my dog a little bit today and it was pretty slippery. I was like, there's no way, there's no freaking way I'm driving in this.
Yeah,
So yeah. So it was
yeah.
a nice cozy day at home, and I'm really really glad for my parents who are in Phoenix. I'm sending them their gifts, and I, I figure, wow, if I had to fly tomorrow, I'm not even sure if flights are going to be leaving tomorrow. My original plan was going before the holidays. And
Hmm.
then I was going to say, well, maybe I can fly on Christmas Eve because if you get flights on Christmas Eve, they're usually cheaper,
Hmm.
or Christmas Day. But then I'm looking at the reports and it's like nationwide.
Yeah.
Anything north of, New Mexico and Texas,
Hmm.
it's like everything is just getting bombarded. So I
Yeah.
have a feeling a lot of people are not going to make it home for Christmas, unfortunately. So I won't be home for Christmas.
It's fine. It's
Remy looks festive again today.
yeah. This
Yes.
is I'm
I
trying.
I
It's,
actually, so Lena, I've got three hats today because we have three episodes that we're
yeah.
covering. So, so this is
This
for
is
episode, and what they did in IMDb is that they're continuing for season three. They're considering this season three, episode
mhm.
14, 15, and 16.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how they played it, and so
That's cool.
that's how we're going to review it. Is three episodes back to back, and fortunately a smaller number of teams, so we don't have a lot of builds to go through for
Mhm.
each episode. And yeah,
It'll be
some
just like
interesting
episode
twists.
one again. There are 12 builds essentially. So or
Yeah,
16. I guess 16 builds. So
16 builds, but only one winner. That's the
only
other
one.
thing is that they
Yeah.
didn't have like I guess, well, did they have a second place? I guess they had a second place
Yeah,
with
they
regard to the top two.
they had the top two.
Yeah.
But they didn't eliminate anyone, which is great. This is a great preview of what the non-elimination season can look like because there are still stakes and drama and things falling apart and will this work? Well, like the show still works if you don't eliminate teams. So hopefully,
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same.
well, that's fine.
Yeah.
It can change. It can be different.
Well, I think too, since we're kind of doing the preamble and leading
Mhm.
up to the show, is that it's a holiday event for charity.
Mhm.
Whereas the other one, it's like, okay, whoever wins, you get $100,000 and the trophy. So
Mhm.
so I think the trophy part was the same. The amount of money was a little different because it was going to charity.
Right.
And like you said, there's no elimination.
Mhm. And it like. everybody basically like had a win on the special. So like it's not just the $100,000. Winning can mean a lot of different things. Like Boone getting to be a designer,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a win.
And then
Mel,
we just found out Lettuce Bricks is a
yeah,
designer now too.
yeah,
And also Blair Archer, who
hmm
is a regular on Tricky Bricks. So
yeah.
there's a lot of people who are, and then Aaron also got to be a designer. So there's a lot of people
There you
who
go.
have grown in their success after being on the
Mhm.
show. Just
And even
awesome.
not to get a little spoilery, but Dom got a personal goal in this Bricktacular series, and Mel also had a personal goal achieved in this series. So
Yes,
it
there were several achievements
yeah.
in the 3-part or 3.5-part series. I don't know, what do you count the last one? Because it's like back-to-back episodes, the last one.
Yeah,
They're calling it episode 16. So 14, 15, and 16.
that's
And we're going
fine.
to go ahead and do a quick review. And this is our last review for
This
the,
is it.
the year.
This is it.
Yes. And
What a
when Remy
crazy
and I
year.
first started, it was like, oh my God, it's like we're finally at
It's
the
like, come
end.
on, wrap it up, guys. Let's go. Let's go. I'm tapping my watch.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
wearing.
So here we go. Here we go. 16 builds to review. And
Um,
starting with number
let's
one,
see. Well, if I can get the thing going, there we go.
you can
All
get the
right.
thing going.
Yeah, yeah. A side note, like I love this backdrop. Like the props team, the background build team, the graphics team, all were going hard on these episodes. So gold star all around
Mm-hmm.
for those. Like I love the little like even the title cards. You had Mel and
Mm-hmm.
Leslie, and they had the little snow over
Snowflakes
their
and
name
such.
card. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
the thing. So that makes me excited. But yeah, here's our celebrity Lego Masters.
Yes.
And there's like a ton of great builds in this little scene here, this fireplace scene.
Yeah. The set dressing, it was amazing. Just, yeah, that brick built bear. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. So
Yeah, the
adorable.
bear and this tree back here,
Is it
like
a tree?
very like modern Christmas
Oh, I thought it
tree.
was like a Jenga build or something. Like a,
Like like the branches are all different and
oh, see, I thought it
yeah,
was, like that tower Jenga,
yeah,
where you pull out the different sticks. Okay, I see
right,
what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
It is stylized tree.
They're too cool to put a star on it, but that's okay. But they
The
put some on the wreath
fireplace,
here.
though.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
fireplace.
chimney, the fireplace. Yeah.
Here's our wreath, and yeah, the chimney was all brick built. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a ton of bricks.
I love the bells on that
Um,
wreath and the menorahs
yeah,
too.
the kinara and the menorah,
Mm-hmm.
stockings here. Like I like the little toe detail on the stockings.
Yeah, you got to have the toes.
Yeah, and the heel. And this picture of Will Arnett with the
Yeah, with the
clock
cookie
with the
and on the plate.
cookies. um, and this fireplace was really good with
Yeah.
the lights going on and off. And finally, like we had to wait until like the third hour to get a picture of this robot here. But this
Mm.
robot is like super cute as well. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed the robot. But yeah, let's get into
Ethan
the
the artisan, I'm thinking, would really like that robot as well,
yeah. It does remind
since
me a
he's
little
into
bit of his
robots.
like heart thing. And yeah, we have this trophy, which is like
Glows in the middle.
amazing, like transparent blue trophy. Um,
Yes. I think that actually looks better than the regular yellow trophy.
yeah, anything that's like mostly transparent bricks is like my
Yeah.
favorite thing. Like I love transparent pieces. They still feel like witchcraft to me. I don't know how they do it, but they
And I agree,
they make it
Lena.
happen.
That trophy is cool.
And there wasn't a good shot of this, but you can see like this is all the minifigures from the various teams on the Holiday Bricktacular
Hmm.
up here on the trophy.
They're all ice skating, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't really get a clear shot of that because it's like not in the other trophy shots. This is from the
Hmm.
last episode, so And yeah, and the set is, decked out totally for the holidays. Like, yeah, I'm not like religious, but I love like the lights. I love the decorations. Like, I would have,
I've
Christmas
decorated
like,
here too.
oh,
I
that's
got
cool.
this little tree.
Yeah, I got mine in the background here somewhere. You can't see it because it's my
You have a
place.
tree? I thought you said you're not religious.
No, no, but I still put up the tree. Yeah, you can
Oh,
see it kind of in the background there.
here, let's give you full screen.
See a little bit. Yeah, yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
I've got my
Is it a
angel
brick built
treetop.
tree?
No, no, it is way too massive to be a brick built
Oh,
tree.
okay.
But yeah, there's
I
yeah,
need to put a star on top of mine, a
yeah,
brick
you can
built
see some
star.
like little Easter eggs here in my room, which is a disaster. Here's my Elvendale tree, and
Oh,
here's something I'm working on here. This
nice.
says you can see it says drawbridge there.
Yeah,
What could that be?
I
Anyway,
wonder. Wow, that's
but yeah,
cool.
I love the decor. You can still put up the decor and enjoy it.
The
Um,
decor with the decal.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to talk to Canada on that one. I've never heard that one, but maybe
The
maybe I need
decal.
to spend some more time in Canada.
Right.
Um, but yeah, here's our contestants. Here's
Yes. The
Boone and
Fab
Mel from
Four.
season one, Natalie from season two, Dom from season three,
Yep.
and no Canadians. So
No
I guess
Canadians in this one.
yeah, Canadians. Um,
They
yeah,
they literally took over Lego Masters season 3.
mhm, yeah. And yeah, and everyone was paired with a celebrity guest. Here,
Mhm.
Boone was with Robin Thicke.
Yep.
It's too bad they couldn't get like Ken Jeong from The Masked Singer, but I I guess he was busy.
Well,
Um,
Robin Thicke, I think being paired with Boone was perfect. I
yeah, I
mean,
mean they're both
they're singing
singers, so
together.
like it makes sense.
Yeah, and
Um,
R&B. I mean, come on.
yeah,
Team R&B. That is so
I
cool.
that's cute, but I'm not going to call them that. Sorry, Will Arnett. I refuse to call them Team R&B.
I'm going to call them R&B.
Okay.
You can refuse
Um,
all you want.
yeah, that's
Why
okay.
would you refuse calling them Team R&B?
It just doesn't make sense to me. I just
Robin
don't
and
want to do that.
Boone. R&B.
I'll call them Team BNR. How about that?
That makes no sense at all, Remy. But whatever.
But moving on. Uh,
Finesse.
Natalie got paired with Finesse. Cool dude, funny dude, and
Yes.
that was a fun team to watch. And they had some fun outfits on. So
Right, the jumpsuits.
yeah,
Kind
but
of similar to the do-it-yourself look from season 2.
yeah. Um, but no, Finesse, like Natalie mostly had the jumpsuit on, but like Finesse kept like changing it up.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about that a little later. And of course, you know,
Leslie
R.I.P. to Leslie
Jordan.
Jordan, who
R.I.P.
was
Leslie Jordan.
what an icon, and what an
Yeah.
amazing like thing that he did to come on Lego Masters and share his just awesome personality. Um, but yeah, he was on. I saw him on Star Trek Voyager. I don't think he
Mhm.
was on Deep Space Nine. He was on Voyager in one episode. He was a Ferengi. So I had to like the voice was familiar to me, but his look, like I couldn't place it until I
Mhm.
looked it up. But then it clicked. Um, but yeah, and then Cheryl Hines, also a very funny lady, was paired with Dom,
Yes.
and yeah, if
She's
you've seen.
also on the Ken Jeong We Can See Your Voice, or Can I See Your Voice, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I have not seen that show, but yeah, I've
Yeah.
only seen her on like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but she's pretty
Oh
funny.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
hilarious,
yeah,
and she's very quirky and fun,
mhm,
and yeah, and it was great being paired up with Dom and having those
mhm.
vests.
Yeah, yeah. The vests were a great like interchangeable look,
Mm-hmm.
switch up the colors and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's our first challenge because we didn't get enough destruction in season three. They had to build a snowmobile that would be launched off this ramp through the fire and the sparks, and whoever went the longest distance would be in the top two. Um, this is a very elaborate launch ramp.
Yeah, and those poor houses that are just like,
yeah, you have
just fly over our houses, would you?
The sleepy neighborhood village that has no idea what's about to happen.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't put any minifigs out. They just put, just the houses.
Yeah. This does look like a build that you can like replicate very easily though. So they may have like banged this out in a few hours and just put the fluffy snow, whatever the fluffy snow is called. The cotton down. I don't know what the technical term is.
I'm sure that it's probably like a blanket. It's probably a blanket of snow that as a prop. And they just lay it on the table and then because look at the dimensions. It's like perfectly aligned with that table.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a cute little village. And here was the button that launched the snowmobiles. They always go hard on like making the button that activates the thing that destroys the Lego as well. So I always appreciate that.
And the close up of Will Arnett, his face.
Yeah.
It's launch time. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have that on a particular slide, but that's fine. But yeah, this is Leslie and Mel's Carrot Hijacker. And again, like I love this border so much. The border and the giant
snowflake. It looks like brick built border with a little bit of looks like tinsel made snowflakes on top.
Yeah, I don't know if the snowflakes like this is probably digital designer, but I don't know if the snowflakes come in clear, or at least not in like any kind of quantity. So
I don't think those are a Lego product.
Oh, what these?
Yeah, those aren't brick built, are they?
No, well, no, they're like the like these things.
Yeah, it's.
They're just I don't think they physically come in clear.
Okay.
But anyway, there it is, and this is a Shakespearean tale of revenge and the carrot nose of the snowman gaining sentience and taking the reins for once.
I love that carrot.
Yeah, this was a very cool, very good carrot.
It's like those eyebrows, angry eyebrows, like coming for you with my snowball.
Yeah, it's got a piece of its former home on the snowman here.
And Leslie Jordan did a great job making those snowballs too.
Yeah. It's like a really tough thing, like for anyone to like pick up. Just pick up Lego and build it professionally on camera. So,
well, that shows you how great of a job Mel did training him.
Yeah,
because remember in the intros, it's like, how much experience do you have? He goes 0, goose egg, nada, nothing. So funny.
But yeah, also I should, for the viewers at home, this was a 6-hour challenge, so pretty great for 6 hours. I like the little scarf.
So Lena asks, did the carrot make the cut or did it get chopped?
Yeah, spoiler alert, the carrot not great.
That carrot has seen better days.
Yeah. Like here it is. But yeah, here's some more details of the snowman. They straightened off the back because like the thing that pushes the vehicle was like straight up. I don't have a great picture of it, but it was like straight on.
They gave them the comment that they needed to make the back stronger, otherwise it might destroy it right on the launch pad.
Yeah, like you can see our little wedge here. Yeah, they were afraid that it might just like go through the build.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Let's see. And of course they added the snow and the sparks and the fire to the, the
Here's some
launch.
more puns for you because we know how much you love the Remy.
Man,
That
I,
carrot knows that snowman.
I guess we'll move ahead to the finals. But like when Dom put that snow globe over his head and like needed a minute in the cone of silence, like that was me right there. It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
I
the
was
globe.
thinking about that. If you really want to be on this show, you better build up your tolerance for
Yeah,
puns.
I gotta get immunized, I guess,
Yeah. You better,
against it.
that's what this show is for. That's why you're getting immunized. You're building up your tolerance for
Yeah,
puns.
you gotta deliver the puns and not let it infect you, I guess. Anyway, um, here's our replay. It looks like it says celebrity replay, which was kind of fun. But yeah, here's our uh, snowmobile going through the hoop, and there it is, crashed everywhere. Like they didn't emphasize this, but they also put things inside, so when it crashed, it would
Hmm.
create a bigger
And
explosion.
the poor carrot never made it off the launch pad,
No, no. Um,
which goes to show you you need a low center of gravity if you're going to build these things,
yeah.
if you want to have them stay intact.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, our carrot was left behind, as were many of the other drivers of these vehicles. They were left behind. Um, but yeah, next
I
up
have
is
to, I'll be right back. I have to, Que Sera is making some damage.
okay,
I'll be
Sarah.
back.
Well, whatever will be, will be. Um, but yeah, I don't want to get too ahead of it, but um, yeah, you could just see everyone's reactions here. It was horrified. When we get to Finesse and Natalie's reaction, he commented that he hid behind Brickmaster Amy, so that was also fun. But yeah, if you're not prepared for the destruction of Lego on the scale, it can be quite a shock. Um, oh,
Sorry about that.
that's okay.
But
How's your pup? Is she okay?
she's okay. It's just she tore apart a dog toy and then she
Mm-hmm.
was chewing on it and you could tell she was like eating it and I was like, no, you can't
Oh,
ingest that.
yeah.
Now she's
It's
like, where'd my toy go? I go, you
yeah,
have all these other toys. Go look for one of the other toys. So, but
yeah.
the other
It's
one is just destroyed. So she's
uh,
going to need to find another thing to chew on. I actually have a toy for her for Christmas.
mhm.
Maybe I need to give it to her early.
Yeah. Maybe she knows. It's like, come on, it's time. It's Christmas
Mhm.
Eve almost. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sorry
so hard
about
to
that.
tell, like when a dog is eating something or when they're just playing with it. Like it's a very fine line between those two activities.
We have another pun delivery.
Yeah,
Knock
we may
knock. It's pun delivery. Seems like the Lego store isn't closed. It's just
it's
blocked.
blocked. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, here's Vanessa and Natalie's North Pole airmail. Um, yeah, this was very cute. They had the letters on the paper airplane car,
Hmm.
and this was Mel, Dom, and Boone. I forget which one was which.
I thought that
Um,
was really clever.
yeah,
That was similar to what what was it? The brothers did.
yeah,
Brent
yeah,
and Brendan with their castle. They put the different teams in each of the towers.
yeah, yeah. Um, and I think, yeah, there's a bunch of references in a few more builds, but yeah, this is a fun concept, and here they are. They know that they're about to go for a ride here. I love the tops of these ornaments too. Like this is such
Yeah,
like
it's a
with
very simple but effective.
mhm, just the naked like Technic rod.
Hmm.
That
Yeah, it
works.
looks like a 2x2 round with the Technic in the
Hmm.
middle, Technic rod in the middle, or axle.
Yeah, Axle. Yes, thank you. That's the word I couldn't think of.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, the lights are fun, and the wreath is fun, and destroying it is also fun, kind of. Like you can see they had a similar issue to the carrot where the 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 drivers are not surviving the
Yeah, I
entire.
was going to say those ornaments just started flying off.
Yeah,
And we have yet another pun
yeah.
from Lena.
It is.
When you figure out new Lego building techniques, it just clicks.
It's the season of giving, and this is true. But I think you're just being too generous now, Lena. I
Well, Lena,
please, it's
if you
enough.
want to be on LEGOMasters, you might want to apply because I think
Yeah,
that's one of the criteria is can you deliver puns on cue?
mhm. But yeah, I thought this shot was funny of Finesse saying that he hid behind Amy um, when the car went through.
Yeah.
um, yeah, but yeah, here's a closer up shot of the car coming through
Hmm.
without the riders, without any of them. Um, and there
And
they
it's
are.
true, it is Festivus. Thanks for the reminder, Lena.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Um,
We had a good mock improv where we had two Festivus builds.
yeah, and then the Festivus builds went a little too far, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, we had Santa pole dancing.
You can't. It's like you can't put a pole in a place and people want to do all sorts of stuff with it. Like
I
that's
know, but
fine.
it's just too funny to have Santa pole dancing. That's
Yeah,
definitely one for the records.
it's like it's he has what does he do the other 364 days of the year?
He's got to
That
train.
he's got to
Pole
train. He's got to
dancing's not easy, especially,
no.
with Santa's body type. He's got to work harder.
Yeah.
He's got to work more on his upper body strength.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. It is good exercise. So I hear. I hear it is good
Things went
exercise.
north instead of things going south.
All right.
That's
Anyway,
funny.
next is Boone and Robin's Santa's Little Secret. Um, and this is, a Christmas tree delivering a car to Mr. Claus because Santa forgot it. It's not as diabolical as like the little secret part would have you believe.
Well, it seemed to be a theme because of this one and the next one too,
Hmm.
as far as Santa being forgetful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's thousands of years old. He's gonna forget a few things. Um, but yeah, I like the way they did this cap here. It's
Hmm.
kind of a fun little detail. Um,
Yeah, I like the festive lights
mhm,
going around the car.
yeah, and the wreath on the hood. It's a great touch.
Yeah, is that a wreath or is it like a big bow?
Oh no, I guess it's a bow. Yeah, it's a bow. You're right. Um,
And
yeah,
the look on that face, that plated face on the tree.
yeah.
And I
He's
love the windshield wipers too. That was a really clever
yeah,
way to put the windshield wipers on there.
but yeah, this
With
Xmas
those
tree
antenna
is
pieces, yeah.
also very stressed that he won't be able to deliver the gift on time.
And yes, this does remind us of a Bruce Springsteen song.
Pink Cadillac. Okay, yeah,
It definitely is a pink Cadillac.
pink Cadillac with a fabulous grill here. Like
Hmm.
this definitely took some time and effort here to make that grill. But yeah, here we go, and again we see our hapless pilot is not quite going to make the
It
trip.
seems like the pilots don't make it very far on this
No,
challenge. The passengers in the car, it's like you needed to have seat belts because
yeah,
they all didn't make it through the ring of fire.
yeah. Um, yeah, here's the
And yes,
aftermath.
that was real fire. Yes, it was a ring
Yeah,
of fire and
it's
a
real fire,
festive
but
grill.
yeah, it's theatrical safe fire. It's not a fire that would come into contact with anything. So why not? But yeah, finally here's Cheryl and Dom's No Present Left Behind,
Hmm.
and again there's this elf and Santa's forgotten the last gift.
Elroy,
Elroy.
Elroy the elf.
Elroy the elf. Thank you.
It's like,
Um,
no, Elroy.
yeah. Um, and there's a bunch of fun things in here too. Like here's a Dalmatian. Um,
Oh, is that like a tribute to the firefighters, you think?
it could be. You know, it's
Well, Dom was on the same season as the firefighters, so.
mhm. And where is it? Yeah, here's a chameleon. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and also there's a monkey. You know, in the tree. And
Yeah, I
that's
have a
definitely
feeling
one.
those were callbacks to previous
Yeah,
episodes. Because didn't they do a pirate ship with the monkeys on it?
yeah, they did all these monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any other callbacks in here, but there's a lot of fun ornaments.
Elron, the elf, just doesn't sound right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Elroy
Elrond.
definitely sounds better. I
Yeah.
agree.
Um, yeah, here's our rocket propelled tree. There's a snowman.
Well, this was very clever that they made it very light
Mhm,
using like it looked like a Technic frame of some sort. And
mhm,
then they supplemented it with the branches, so it's a very light model.
mhm. Yeah, and there it goes.
In
And
the Ring of Fire,
of course, Elroy did not make it that far.
all the passengers, and
No.
they even said too, he's holding up a gift over his head, and they just said, that connection doesn't look that secure.
Yeah.
So
No. Um, and yeah, it came through kind of sideways, and
yeah, I know it does sound like a Johnny Cash song, doesn't it?
mhm.
You light that tree with a ring of fire.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, here's our Technic frame. It's a pretty simple frame, and they just put bricks on the outside, so
Mm-hmm.
simple and effective. Um, so yeah, the top two teams that traveled the furthest distance were Robin and Boone and Cheryl and Dom.
Now, I
Um,
have to say, Robin's coat or jacket or whatever that is, I know they're supposed to be like matching teams, but what in the world is that?
it's like plaid, but it seems like
It's
one of
what is
those
that
like
supposed to be? Funky plaid or cool plaid, or he's
yeah,
too cool to wear a regular plaid
it
shirt.
just
He didn't
it
want to
looks
wear
like
the
it's
suspenders.
yeah.
I don't know. I still think it looks ridiculous.
It's like cobble. It's one of those things. It's like, oh, we
It's a
cobbled it together from
patchwork
scraps,
plaid.
but we cobbled it together from scraps, but it's $800 for the shirt. So it's like one of those shirts.
I know. It didn't make sense to me why he wouldn't just. I mean, everybody else wore matching things, right? Cheryl
Mm-hmm.
has the vest. You have Leslie wearing like the Hawaiian shirt kind of theme,
Mm-hmm.
and then Finesse wearing the jumpsuit. Why couldn't he wear just a standard plaid
Yeah.
shirt like Boone had with the suspenders? He would look fine.
Yeah.
I guess he's
Yeah,
too
Lena
too too
mentioned
cool.
looks like gift wrapping a little bit. It
No,
definitely
I'm
looks
not
like
buying it.
well, it looks like how I would gift wrap
I'm not
something,
buying
which is
it.
like very bad.
It's
like
presents and gift wrapping. I don't know, Lena.
like
You're
yeah, I don't
giving
know.
you're giving the man too much credit. I think honestly, I don't think he wanted to wear plaid.
Hmm.
There's another guy, I'm trying to remember who it was, who said, I have never worn plaid ever. Trying to remember what character that was.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like an odd hill to die on, but
Yeah, yeah. So
the
it's
corpse
like
is there. Present
it's
the
like the
corpse. There
costume
it is.
department said, okay, Robin, okay, we know you don't want to wear plaid. So how about this? Would you wear this?
Yeah.
you know?
This is the
I'll be
yeah,
on your show, but don't you dare make me wear plaid.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so these were the top two teams because they went the furthest.
Oh, I know what it was. It's
What's that?
Taz from Queer Eye. He has a show where he dresses people up. and he says something like, "American men, there are more options than plaid."
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but
get
yeah,
over it. I think he
I,
even
I
says, "Get
can,
over it." It's a hilarious clip.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can definitely see that as a way to like get someone out of a fashion rut. Um,
Well, right. I agree with you, Lena. It's like a Frankenstein monster
some
equivalent
cobbled
of a
together.
shirt. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like I don't want
Even
plaid, but so they like tried to get the colors so at least they have some sort of sense of a team.
yeah, and you can see Finesse in the background is also not convinced about this shirt. He's kind of giving it the side eye a little bit.
Like, what is with that shirt?
But yeah, Cheryl and Dom won this challenge.
Yay. And they look
So that,
adorable in those matching
yeah,
shirts. Look at that.
this this was like a great choice. Like the white undershirt and the like the
Yeah.
multicolored vests. Like,
It's really, really very festive and cool.
yeah. And yeah, so now, Dom, this was one of his personal goals to beat Boone in a Lego Masters challenge.
Yeah.
So
And he did. He beat
yeah.
Boone in a LEGOMasters challenge.
Like I definitely like really enjoyed that Christmas tree rocket.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah.
It was a great design
Mhm.
and a good story. I think that's one thing Cheryl also brings to the table. She's a really good storyteller. When
Mhm.
when they were doing their storytelling reviews of their builds, she's awesome.
Yeah. Um,
Yes, sweater vests.
Sweater vests.
Exactly.
So um, yeah, they won $10,000 for their charity, which is United Cerebral Palsy.
Mm-hmm.
And now it looks like it's time for a episode change. So
Costume change.
if you want to magic yourself away and
Oh, do I have? I could do it on screen, or do I
oh,
have
okay,
to do it
yeah,
backstage?
no,
I
I
have to
wasn't
do this
sure if you were gonna,
backstage.
yeah, I wasn't sure if you were gonna like if you needed a phone booth or what. Okay,
No,
okay,
I'm wearing this one because Amy and Jamie in the next episode are dressed as elves.
yeah, and again, this was the you had to build a sleigh for this challenge, but the sleigh had to span this 4-foot gap.
This is the
And
bridge challenge disguised as a sleigh challenge.
yes, um, yeah, and these are really cool brick built houses as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bricks for the chimneys are reminiscent of what the firefighters did when they built their castle, where
Yeah,
they made the mortar, kind of recessed. It
kind of
looks really
yeah,
good.
recessed. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
looks really good.
Batman doesn't use a phone booth. No, Batman uses a designer phone, and
No, Batman uses a pole. Since we're talking about Festivus,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so Batman uses a pole to change into his costume.
yeah, that'll be for the next mock improv. Someone
Yeah,
could put
so
Batman on a pole
Batman on
instead.
his pole changing costumes.
Yeah, um, but yeah, this idea again. Props department, gold
Yes,
star. Whoever put the weights inside these holiday stuffed animals. This was the best.
this was great. Put
Oh my
another
god.
penguin on. Put a
It's
sack
horrible.
on. Put Santa on.
Yeah, here's just a sack of 1 pound
One
penguins.
pound snowmen. So cute.
Snowmen, I guess. Yeah.
Or snow people.
Yeah. Snow people. Snow folk.
Well, they call
Um,
them snow characters. There's the shot of the
yeah,
elves. Which
there it
see,
is.
see, I'm dressed appropriately. I like
Yeah.
this hat too because this is the only one I have that has a bell on the end.
Yeah, and like
I'm gonna have to
Amy
sew a bell on to these.
and like Amy and Jamie in elf outfits was just the best. Like I loved their outfits so much.
Oh yeah,
And Will
definitely.
definitely dressed like a lump of coal. Um, like he was like not in the holiday spirit outfit wise at
Which is
all.
kind of weird because didn't he dress up as a pirate for the pirate episode?
Yeah, like
So maybe that was his diva showing through that, I'm not gonna wear. He could have been Santa, right? Santa
yeah,
and the elves.
could have been Santa, or he could have gone like full Scrooge with it. You know, he
Yeah,
gets a
or
top
he could
hat.
have gone as the Grinch.
Yeah, um, but yeah, it's Buddy the Elf. That's who it is. It's definitely Buddy the elf.
Yeah.
But yeah, like props to Amy and Jamie for
Hmm.
being
They
awesome.
look so great. And I
Yeah.
didn't notice it until now that that green hat has a red ball on the end.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to need to find one of those
Oh boy.
for next year.
Yeah.
The hat with the red ball at the end.
Hmm.
That is adorable.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen that variation out in the
No,
wilds.
I have a lot of Santa hats. I don't think I have that one. I'm going to have to, because they go on sale right after Christmas. So
Hmm.
I'm going to have to look for
Hmm.
green Santa hat with.
Well, yeah, Lena, that's a good point. He could be Jewish. He could be practicing another religion or not practicing a religion. Um, but there's still like you can wear like a Jewish sweater, or you can wear like a. You could be like me and just wear something decorative. But yeah, I guess everyone celebrates differently. But
That might be a custom hat. I don't think they make them like that.
mhm.
I'm looking. I don't see a
You know
lot of
what?
green.
We'll have to ask them on Instagram. I'll write them a note and be like, Amy, where did you get
Where'd you
your
get that
hat?
hat?
And she'll be like, this is a Wendy's. No. Um,
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of different hats. You know what Matthew Builds Bricks wore on mock improv? He wore a tree hat.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have
the
not
tree.
seen a tree hat. So okay, I think I found one. So I think for next year I might have to get this for next year. The hat
Mhm.
with the it's a green hat with a red ball at the end.
Mhm.
Wow. Interesting.
Um,
It's not
yeah,
as
so
nice as the one Amy has, but they're
we'll.
not that easy to find.
Well, I mean, again, we can just message her on Instagram.
Message her on Instagram.
You can. I don't want to mess up my
Some
chances of being on
rando
the show.
asking you about your elf hat. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I don't think I would be the highest priority for her.
But yeah.
We'll look around.
Anyway, well, but yeah, it's like noticeable if you're on a holiday themed show and like you don't wear
Oh
anything
yeah,
holiday themed all
I
throughout
might
the
just have to
run.
make one myself.
So,
I'll just have to like find because I'm sure they make them green with the white on the end, and I'll just have
mhm.
to replace it.
Just like spray paint it,
No, no, you
color it
don't
something,
spray paint something like that. You have
or
to
like you can.
find like that
Mhm.
fluffy fabric and actually make it into a ball and then stitch it on. I
Yeah, I
have
guess.
never made a custom hat. Maybe that's what I have to do next year.
Okay, good.
Custom hats.
Um,
You're starting a
Also,
new trend.
I just wanted to look at this shot because like this was even the 1 hour red light was the 1 hour left light was very festive. It was red and green, so that was also fun. Even though it's still shocking to hear 1 hour left.
Yeah.
Um,
So Lena, I don't understand this question about Wendy's
no, because I
Instagram.
said I'll email her and she'll be like, "Sir, this is a Wendy's. Don't email me." No. Anyway,
But
let's move
her
past it.
name's Amy. That's why I'm getting confused.
No, just I'm just trying to make a dumb joke. That's all.
Okay. You got to work on that if you're going to be on the
Yeah,
show.
again, not a professional comedian. Keep that in mind, please.
Yeah, don't quit your day job, Remy.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the sleigh that slays. This was Finesse and Natalie's
Hmm.
sleigh. Here it is. And I really enjoyed this because it feels like it was a tribute to Natalie's like avant-garde hat build
Hmm.
that she made for the fashion show.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a nice callback.
mhm. So you get these kind of wings on the sides and this throne. It's like the Ice Queen in maybe the
Yeah,
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I was kind of surprised at the what black or dark brown color.
Hmm.
It just, I guess, unless you're Wednesday Adams, it doesn't really scream, holiday cheer.
Hmm.
And yes, Lena, the fabric stores do exist. Yep. Plus,
Hmm.
they're fabric balls that are colored. and sold at craft stores. Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I may make my own Santa hat next year.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, this is goth metal Christmas. So
Goth metal Christmas. That's what they should have called it.
um,
This would be great for Jack Skellington.
yeah, that's right. Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I should probably add it to the list. But yeah, and they always started off by like putting Santa in the sleigh first, and then the sack.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
thought was really fun.
Santa always goes in front.
And
So
again,
it would have been funnier if they put the penguins in the front, like running the sleigh, and Santa in the back.
like mush penguins, mush. But yeah, here also we see the first of Finesse's amazing Xmas sweaters.
Yes.
Like, he's on a unicorn in space. It's
fabulous. That is a great sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the unicorn team would love to have that sweater too.
Mm-hmm.
And Lena's you're on a roll with,
it's
Santa
okay.
slayed the dragon. He's a slayer. Have a metal Christmas.
Yeah. It's the Friday before Xmas, and things are happening.
GWAR has a song, Let Us Slay.
Yeah, GWAR is a very like silly metal band. I don't know if you're familiar with that act, but
nope. It's a big hard no. I have no idea what GWAR is. Sounds German.
It's like a very I can't even describe it. It's very metal and very theatrical. Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, here we are adding more penguins. But yeah, you're right. The penguins are just kind of lounging around in the back here. And yeah, there was one too many penguins. So they topped out at 185 pounds. And now here's Cheryl and Dom's It Takes Two sled. And this was Mr. and Mrs. Claus. It takes two of them to deliver the presents.
Yeah, it was a cute story, but the size of Santa and Mrs. Claus to the size of the sleigh. Yeah, it was massive, that sleigh.
Yeah. And it's weird, like building an empty sleigh. Like it's tough to make it look, good.
Mm-hmm.
But these wreaths help.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah,
I really like those.
Yeah, and there's
I think Cheryl did all of the lights too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was. She figured out how to make the lights on a string and just went with it throughout the challenge. So
yeah,
that was cool. Here's another close-up work of the wreath. Yeah, sorry. That one's a little out of order. But yeah, Cheryl and Dom made it to 86 pounds.
Yeah.
They started off with 1 pound.
And I agree. This was a classic-looking Santa sleigh.
Mm-hmm.
With the white and classic and clean with green and reds, highlights. It was really nice. And the lights are really nice. I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, they had some issues with things maybe not connecting as well as they should have. So
yeah.
But still,
I think they were going for the aesthetic too. Just because if you see the sleigh itself, the skis, and those they made it elevated. And I'm not sure if the others elevated theirs. So that was also a potential sign of weakness, right?
Yeah.
Those pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not distributing the weight equally. They're getting those touch points are getting more of the weight by doing it that way.
Yeah, it's just like putting a bunch of high heels on it.
Yeah. So I think they were trying to go for that aesthetic, but you can see what happened. Yeah. Poor Santa there. He's just given up.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done. He's like laying there.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah. Okay. So now we come to Leslie and Mel's Rocket Around the Christmas Tree. Um, yeah, and this is, you can see
That
that
was a
this
beautiful
sled
build.
is on the skis.
That is so sleek and beautiful with the skis being yellow and the main sleigh being, and this is going back to my earlier point. You notice the sleigh itself is right on the same
Yeah.
level as the skis.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the cow, Santa
This is
riding a cow is just freaking hilarious.
yeah. This was Leslie like had Santa on a cow.
Yeah.
I can't quite
Jumping
remember
over the
why.
moon.
Oh, okay, that's right, because it was jumping over the moon.
Yeah, the cow jumped over the moon with Santa on the back.
Yeah,
And then they went over to grandma's house.
yeah, that's right. And for not like building Lego before ever, this is a pretty good cow. It's got an udder, it's got stripes, it's got a mouth. It's yeah, all
Yes, I
right, holy
agree.
cow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that. Um, and the Santa is pretty good too. Like this little clasp
Uh-huh.
where the sack ties together,
Yes. That
and
little
this
detail is very, very
yeah,
cool.
this hat is also really good, and the belt, the belt really comes through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So great job,
I
Mel
like
and
that.
Leslie.
But I also like the motion
Hmm.
where the icicles are like going on the side of the sleigh.
Yeah. So it looks like it's
It
like
looks like it's speeding down the road. Yeah, it's
yeah,
beautiful.
that's a good point.
And Santa better get moving.
Oh my God. All right, let's get through this.
And
But
Lena,
no,
that's great that you're working on your Bricklink designer
yeah,
program.
yeah,
That's
they are. I
awesome.
think
Good luck.
yeah, I think submissions officially open February 1st and then run for like the month. But that's great that you have it ready already.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, this was the moment, and it was really great to see Leslie and Mel jump into first place ahead
Mm-hmm.
of the other two teams, so they know they're in the
Yeah.
top two.
They know they're in the top
Um,
two, and it was a relief
yeah.
because Mel got very emotional in this
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah,
And you
and
could
Mel was
tell he was nervous about it, but amazing. This was just so good.
yeah, and he was talking about it a little bit last night when he was building like one of the new Super Mario sets,
Mm-hmm.
because he is Lego Ambassador Network official now. So
Yes, he
congrats to
is.
him. But yeah, he talked about how he was nervous um, to take on the same challenge again, and it makes sense, but it's you did a great job and really really nailed it this time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they obviously continued well past 195 points. Um, yeah, and the final count was oh, I guess I don't have it on there. They made it to 320 pounds before
Yes.
it collapsed. So, amazing job.
Actually, wasn't that Boone and Robin that made it to 320?
No, they made it further than that, actually.
Oh, okay.
They made it, and we'll talk about that in a second, but they made it to 521.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I got the order mixed up.
Because, and they pointed this out on the preview, because obviously they talked about this because it was a major storyline, but like they talked about how Boone and Mark got to over 1,000 pounds the season
Mm-hmm.
1 challenge. So
Yeah, because they use that interlocking technique.
yeah, um, but yeah, here's uh, Robin and Boone's Santa's supersonic sleigh.
Are you talking about Team R&B?
I am not. I'm talking about Team Robin and Boone. That's You can talk about Team RP if you want. Oh, but yeah, and you can see like the skid here. This is like a very
Mm-hmm.
sturdy, like this is
Yeah,
not
and it
going
was
anywhere.
decorated too, which the others
Mhm.
didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and I
here's
love
our
that
like
lightning bolt on the
rocket
side.
engine lightning
Yeah.
bolts. And the wreath was also very cool. Sorry, I have a few of these out of order. And I couldn't see what was like, because it looks like there's something like almost a steering wheel or console or panel of some
Hmm.
kind. But there was not a good view of it anywhere. And when they showed the top-down view later, that piece was like not there. So
Hmm.
definitely a little curious about that. But yeah, this was a
Once
great.
again, if you look at the bottom of the sleigh, it's butts up right next to those ski
Mhm.
portions, and I mean it helps to distribute the weight over that long section. So I think Dom and Cheryl had that issue.
Yeah. But yeah, here's a massive pile of toys and Santa and stuffed
Mm-hmm.
animals. Uh, and this is just before it collapsed at 5:21. Uh, so
And once again, Robin is not wearing plaid.
yeah, Robin is
He has
really
an
going off
aversion to
course here.
plaid. He probably told the producers, "There's no way you're getting me to wear plaid.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I am not going to wear plaid."
yeah. It's like you don't have to pay me as much as Ken Jeong, but
I am not wearing plaid. If you want me on this show, I am not wearing plaid.
um, yeah. And here's
If
more of
we
the
ever got a
afternoon.
chance to interview him, it'd be like, so Robin, do you have an aversion to plaid? Because we
Like
noticed you never wore it on the
yeah,
show.
we would both wear plaid, and just his revulsion would grow as the interview progressed. And then all of a sudden you would just run out of the room. You wouldn't be able to take it anymore.
Well, it's just, I guess, if you're worried about your image, I guess maybe you might say the same thing for Will Arnett. He could have dressed as an elf too,
Yeah, he could have.
or Santa, or a
Um,
penguin. I mean, he could have dressed as a number of different things.
Man, I would love to see him dressed like a penguin.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah,
And yeah, Lena, I agree. The Bionicle gift with purchase, that was a
I,
surprise. That was announced as
that is a
well.
surprise, but I don't know about that. Like, I'm not a Bionicle person. I was not into Lego when it was a thing, and like seeing it now, it's like that's cool. But
Well,
like,
it's definitely a nod to the Bionicle people because
yeah, it's
they voted for the
mhm,
90th anniversary build, and
mhm.
they were far ahead of everybody else, and so it looked like
Yeah,
this is kind of, I think, Lego's way of acknowledging them, which I
yeah.
think is important.
Like, yeah. Let me reiterate, like, I don't mind that it exists. Like, a Bionicle gift with purchase is cool, but I don't understand how you can really do that without Bionicle pieces, like without a mask, without the joint pieces. Like, that's where I think they missed the mark a little bit.
Hmm.
But I am glad that it exists, because I it gives me hope that maybe we'll have some more elf sets. Maybe that will come back if
Maybe.
enough people like it. Um, but
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. That's kind of a stretch to go from Bionicle to elves, but I
it's
do
like,
think
yeah,
that
it's like a
the
niche
fact that
older
they
thing.
they recognize a community that
Mhm.
is still very strong, even
Yeah,
though those parts are long gone. There's still a
yeah,
very strong Bionicle community out
that's
there.
true. Yeah, the elves community, it's like me, Aubrey, and there's like one other person on Instagram that's like been into elves lately. So we need to
Yeah,
build
I
up
mean,
the community.
I love elves. I mean, I have a couple elves set myself, but I just think that
Yeah,
by comparison, Bionicle, I mean,
right.
it's massive. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
you have
not saying it's
conventions
as
where you have
big.
a
I'm
whole
saying it's
section of Bionicle builds.
older.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's out of, it's like it's a thing that's like out of print, and like for people getting into it now they have, it's like something to look forward to. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, the top two teams were uh, Boone and Robin, and Mel and Leslie, and of
Mm-hmm.
course, Mel and Leslie got the win. Um,
Yes.
yeah, great win, great job, Mel. We're really
And
happy for
Mel,
you.
you could tell he was just like,
Mhm.
I've been vindicated.
Yeah, yeah. And their charity was EB Research, which was not a thing that I had heard from before.
Mhm.
So that's great that they're getting the word out about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is it time for
It's
another hat
time.
change? I think
Hat
it's time.
change,
Hat change. Oh,
because
this one
that
is
means we're on the tail end,
very
or at least
sparkly.
halfway through.
Yeah. So yeah, finale episode, 2 hours long. Um, and here
It's
are our
actually a double episode,
double
similar to
episode.
what they did with the fountain episode and the finale.
Yeah. But yeah, here's again our festive outfits here, Amy and Jamie.
Yes,
Um,
and that's why I'm wearing the sequined hat.
those sequins. Like I really want
Mhm.
this jacket here. This is an amazing jacket. um, yeah, I don't know where he got this, but I have to find out. I don't know if I've seen that before, or maybe not
And
something
right
exactly
about
like it.
Will. Will's just like, nope, not dressing up.
Will
Going
is,
for the standard charcoal
yeah,
color.
Will is like blending into the background like a stagehand, just wearing all
Yeah, he
black and
is.
running the lights. And anyway,
He's the one lighting that ring of fire, right?
yeah. So yeah, the first
Uh-oh.
build
Who are the
was
two nuts in the background? What?
Oh, do you mean these guys?
The
Yeah,
nutcrackers, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
those are
I
nice.
I don't know.
Those are brick built too, it looks like.
What? Oh, what the Nutcrackers?
Yeah, those
I
look brick built.
don't know about that. I don't think we have them in any other shots, but if they are, like, amazing job.
It's hard to tell. That arm looks pretty smooth, so maybe not, but
Yeah,
they look brick built to me.
but
I
like the
guess they
nose.
are cracked.
All right. Anyway,
Okay. You can
um,
get through this episode, Remy.
just like this. There's 8 more builds, so we're in the home stretch now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a challenge for an advantage. So yeah, and they had to basically build a toy, make an infomercial out of it. And yeah, Cheryl and Dom made this amazing board game,
Mm-hmm.
Treacherous Treasure Hunt. And the board game, like, they did it in this like infomercial format, so there aren't a ton of like great pictures of the overall build. But we're gonna look at what we can find here. Like this, there's a pirate lady for you, and
Yes.
she's getting chomped on by a
You get
plant.
some pirate woman representation.
Mm-hmm. And this monkey is roping you into a pyramid scheme.
And I do think the monkeys are a callback to his
Yeah.
previous builds. And I'm kind of curious if he hid a monkey in the sleigh, because we saw
Oh,
a
maybe.
monkey in the tree and we see a monkey here. I have a feeling there's a monkey in the sleigh build too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there weren't really any interior shots of the sleighs, so
It looks like Fireball Island.
yeah. But yeah, here's kind of a better picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was set up so where if you landed on a red space, you would get monkeyed or tigered or geysered, which was pretty fun. Here's kind of an interior shot. Yeah, you can see this tiger claw in the background that would
Yeah, the tiger claw is hilarious.
Yeah, the tiger claw was really good. Oh, yeah, I guess that's all I have of this. Unfortunately, this was like the best overall shot I had of the build.
Yeah.
I really liked
they
it.
had a new vest too. So they had
new vest.
blue in the first episode, green in the second, and then red for the third.
Yeah. Like this was my favorite toy out of all the builds. Like this was my.
It seemed like the most interactive.
Yeah, and like we had the board game episode of New Zealand, which was fun.
That's true.
And I think this would have held up well with those, although they had, I think, 6 hours for this. But anyway, here's Boppy the hip hop lemurcorn.
Yes.
And this was like a creature out of my nightmares. I don't know how
You
you
didn't
feel
like
about this.
this?
I am like not on board with this creature at
Oh
all.
man.
It's like it's very like Poochie from The Simpsons vibes. This is like the exact kind of vibe I get from it. And like it's okay. We can make
Wow.
fun of it a little bit because, hashtag end result. But um
Well, then you better not watch Boone's Instagram channel because he just did a video
oh, did he?
of him doing harmonization to this whole song of
God,
just him.
the
And
song is like in my brain and I can't get it
yeah,
out.
yeah. So don't go to Boone's channel. I thought it was great what he did.
Uh, yeah. It
That skeleton wants to hang out.
yeah.
What?
Well,
Okay,
here
that
it
must
is
have
with
been the
his
previous one.
yeah, with his staff that makes dreams come true, and he's got his karaoke machine. Um, so
I
here's
thought it
his
was just
gold chain.
very, very clever, and it really kind of spoke to their strengths, right, with music.
Yeah, it definitely like making a singing creature would
Yeah,
definitely play to their strengths. But yeah, it can cuddle, it can dance, it can wag its tail. Like this was their motor function. It
their
can wag
play
its tail.
function, yeah.
And it could also like open its mouth and sing.
And once again, that's a close up there.
Mhm.
Robin is not wearing plaid.
Yeah, this is like a jeans
It's like
denim
a
type of
jean
thing.
jacket,
Yeah,
black shirt, kind of. I ride a motorcycle kind of look, right? And you're not going to catch me dead wearing plaid. I could just hear him saying that.
yeah. Oh, I guess that's it. But yeah,
I love
that's
the lemur corn. I'm surprised you didn't like the
no,
lemur.
no. I'm sorry. I can't get on board with
Is
this
it the
thing.
lavender? You didn't like the
It's
lavender legs?
I don't know what it is. It's just like overall, it just does not work for
Well,
me.
Lena seems to be on board with you.
Yeah, it can be in my nightmares.
It'd be in
Thanks.
your
It's in my
nightmares.
nightmares. But
Wow.
you know, they liked it the best. So what do I know?
Now check out the watch on Boone's hand. Is
Mhm.
that it's just bright orange. I thought
Yeah,
it
I don't
might
know if
be
it's like a style of watch that.
hmm.
But yeah, I looked at that too. Like it, I don't think it's not Lego, so
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely not Lego. But
yeah,
this is funny. I mean, another thing is that a lemur corn
yeah.
can watch you in your sleep.
It can definitely watch me in my sleep. You can't. It's like
It's
one of
just
those things that like you
the
can't
eyes are what freak you
disassemble it.
out, right?
Yeah, you can't disassemble it because it'll just reassemble itself in the night and get back up on the shelf. Like it's
I think it's cute.
um also like it had where is it? Yeah, it had this Chez Albert restaurant
Yeah, what was
sticker
the
on the
deal
back
with
of
the
the
Shea
jeans.
Albert, tile there
I wasn't sure
and
if
the
it was
clock?
like yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like a designer jean logo or something like that. Um I
Maybe,
guess we can we can DM them and
yeah,
put it on the list of questions to DM Boone. Um,
maybe. Well,
yeah.
it's Christmas Eve for them, so we'll hold off for
Well,
that.
yeah, you're right. Let's wait until Christmas Day when everyone's awake.
Let's wait,
Um,
a week or so.
yeah. Anyway, here's Mel and Leslie's Gingerbread Adventures for All, um, and here's Leslie like tap dancing and putting on a show, which was a lot of
With
fun.
his pom poms, yeah.
Yeah, with his pom poms. But yeah, this was like they only had 6 hours for this, and this is a massive castle.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yeah. Yeah, the turrets were beautiful with the
mhm.
candy cane look to them.
Yeah, and this is I learned something new. Like this was the peppermint turrets are like 2x2 bricks with the 1x1 round bricks like in between the corners. Like
Hmm.
I had not seen that as a building technique before, so it's cool. You learn something every day.
Yeah. And it looks great from a distance.
Yeah, it really does. Um, there's
So
a
Lena's
dragon.
still stuck on the lemur corn as
Yeah,
far as it's a clown doll in Poltergeist,
yeah,
where it
you
just
can,
shows up on your shelf.
choose your horror movie, Poltergeist, Chucky, whatever you want to do. Like it's there. Um,
I didn't. I still think you guys are reading way too much into that lemur corn.
yeah, it's just a whole bunch of ideas, like
Mm-hmm.
just not meshing for me. That's all. But yeah, there's a dragon and a candy river here, candy waterfall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
that function was really pretty cool.
mhm. And this was expressly non-binary. This was gingerbread people,
Mm-hmm.
because Leslie mentioned that he wanted an easy bake oven when he was a kid. Uh,
Right.
so this is a toy for all genders of children here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, these turrets and this wall with the tile lining here, that must have taken forever. Like, it looks
Mm-hmm.
really good, but like this is a lot of time and effort. Um, but you can see like the scale of the castle is pretty
It's pretty
massive.
big. Yeah.
It's definitely like maybe a $200 set and not like maybe a $20 set.
Oh, maybe even more than that. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about what that Lion's Castle that they just released.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the Lion Knight Castle.
Yeah, that's what, $500 for that castle.
I think it's $400, but either way,
Hmm.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about it because like, wow, I really want that set, but I have to like put it out of my mind because I don't think I can spend $400 on that.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to spend that much on a
just
castle?
yeah. I mean, the answer is yes, obviously, but it's fiscally irresponsible. So yeah, it's kind of like Candy Mountain, um, in Charlie and the Unicorn. Um, but yeah, like the dragon is swooshable. I don't know if the dragon had a name. I don't think the dragon had a name, but
I don't
it's
remember them saying that, but I do remember when Leslie was asking about what is swooshable.
mm,
Yeah, that was a nice, endearing moment.
yeah.
Charlie Candy, Mountain Candy.
Like a
Charlie?
Charlie the Unicorn. If you've seen that, a very
No,
old internet cartoon.
no, I
Um,
haven't seen that.
Yeah, like it's about these unicorns and it's funny, and like they take Charlie to Candy Mountain and then they
Hmm.
lock him inside Candy Mountain
Oh,
and
okay.
and steal his kidney basically.
What?
Oh. Yeah,
Oh man,
it's
that's
just
dark.
it's like a silly thing. It's
That's
it's
dark.
silly. It's not, yeah.
So we
So
have
it doesn't
Candy the dragon, we have Mint the frost
like the
dragon,
Frost Dragon.
and
Okay.
that all the gingerbread people have red hair.
Yeah. Anyway, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Charlie the Unicorn. There's a whole series. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Um,
How
but
old is it? You said it was
it's
old?
it's like at least a decade old. I think it's
Wow.
got to be pretty old. Yeah,
It devolves into madness in episode 5.
yeah. It gets like they start by stealing his kidney, and they like it just goes up from there. So um,
Well, I can tell you, you're not selling me on it. You think the
I,
lemur corn was bad, but yet you're watching this
well,
season where they're stealing the kidney off of a dragon.
yeah. Well,
I
Charlie the
would take the
Unicorn.
lemur corn first.
Well, I I I I can't argue against that. Um,
At least lemur corns aren't going around stealing dragon kidneys.
no, he's just stealing your hearts and your dreams with his song. Apparently. um, anyway, here's the Dreammaker 3000, and this was Natalie and Finesse's, and again, Finesse had once again the best sweatshirt of the
Mm-hmm.
episode. I need this sweatshirt in my life. Like it says Meowie Christmas. It's got a giant cat on it. Like,
Yeah,
what
you're
else
into
do you
cats.
want? Yeah. But yeah, it was unfortunate because he immediately took it off for the presentation.
I have a feeling, and I don't know if it's ego or what, but Finesse and Robin not wearing the uniforms of the other teammates. It's like,
Well, not like Finesse would mostly like wear something that was similar color. This was red.
mm-hmm,
The other one was black, and I think Natalie was wearing black.
right.
Um, but like he tried. um, but yeah, to sell it, he 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 pulled the guns out.
He said he wanted to attract the ladies.
Yeah. And here you go. This is how you do it, folks. Guys, if you're trying to attract the ladies, that's how you do it with the fake mustache.
That was really clever. Those little accessories.
Yeah. Like
And I
yeah,
love the clapper in the background there.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish we had gotten I couldn't get a ton of great views of the camera. Let me see if
Mm-hmm.
I have a better one. But this tripod is very
That's a
it's like
great
very
tripod.
technically challenging and for not much of a reward aesthetically, but it's a really good tripod.
It's a great tripod.
Yeah. Also, there was this button here. They made this
Mm-hmm.
button on the box, but I'm not sure what that was for.
I thought that was to swing the camera. Wasn't that their motion that the camera would
Oh,
turn?
okay, yeah. Um, yeah, okay. Now that I see it, it looks like the camera is connected to that
Yeah,
unit.
I think the camera just
Okay.
pivoted, so then
Mhm.
it moved to take the shot of whoever
Yeah.
it was.
Okay. Well, that's cool, and the camera is really cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so Robin and Boone and Vanessa and Natalie were in the top two. Um,
Yeah, I
and
loved Finesse and Natalie's build. I thought it was
yeah,
really great. And
yeah,
apparently the lemurcorn though
yeah. It's
won out.
yeah. The Lemurcorn went out. Um, I'm going to call shenanigans on that, but that's just me apparently. So no, the camera did not make the cut, unfortunately, Lena.
And
Um,
clap on, clap off the clapper.
Clapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And once again, Robin is not wearing plaid.
yeah. Whereas Boone has the candy cane striped suspenders.
Yeah,
So
well, even the suspenders he had for the first one, where he had those Santas with the
mhm.
beards, that was impressive.
But yeah, so they wanted an advantage for the final
Hmm.
build. And of course, they made it snow in the studio finally because this was a snow globe challenge. And I don't know if you saw Australia season 3,
Nope,
uh,
have
but they
not
had
seen any of the Australia ones. And part of the reason why is because I know that everybody says Australia is so much better, and I'm worried that it's going to ruin me from any future critiques on Lego Masters US. So I'm actually waiting until this whole thing comes to an end, and then I'll go back and watch the Australia ones.
Lego Masters, when they don't renew it, or
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a time
mhm.
where there's not going to be any more Lego Masters unless it becomes Survivor, because Survivor has been going for what, 20 years
Yeah,
now? It's crazy
yeah.
how many episodes or seasons that they've had.
Well,
Do you see Lego Masters going for 20 years?
I don't know what the end point is. I see it going for at least 2 more. Other than that, I don't
Maybe,
know. I don't
maybe.
know. I don't know why it would stop being popular. If it can,
Lena says she thinks it's rigged. The
um,
board game should have won, or the camera set.
well, it's don't talk to me, talk to them.
I don't
Um,
know. I like the lemur corn. And they had a song that went with it, and
sources.
part of it was selling. Remember, they did say you have to sell it as a
Yeah,
playable toy.
yeah.
So I
Um,
would have to agree with you that maybe the the Jungle Adventure board game
mhm,
was more playable than probably the Lemurcorn, but it all goes back
mhm.
to how well did you sell it.
Yeah, yeah. They did emphasize that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, now that it was hugely popular during the pandemic when everyone was home, and now it's like still popular. So I don't see why it would
I don't know.
not be
I'm
popular.
thinking that it may go right. We've had a season 4 in Australia.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll go another year. Maybe there are 5 seasons. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I hope they don't stop because yeah, it'll, after I get on the show, they can stop. Like the next season, forget it. But just get me on the show, and then however many seasons that takes.
Well,
If you have to go to 20 seasons, that's fine.
20
Uh,
seasons until Remy gets on the show.
yeah, like until I can like qualify for like grandpappy status.
Wow. Wow.
But
Well, I
um,
mean,
but
they're
yeah,
talking about like Domino Masters, right? That
mhm.
they have not renewed Domino Masters yet.
That's too bad. Like
And
that.
it might be
Yeah.
they may switch out the host, or maybe they just don't think there's enough of a following with Domino Masters versus
Mhm.
Lego Masters. But yeah, I don't know. I guess with reality shows, I
Mhm.
mean, how long do they go for before they get to be the same old thing? I don't know.
I don't
I mean,
know, but again, I don't really mind it being the same old thing. I love seeing new challenges and new builds
yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah,
So
definitely. But
yeah,
yeah,
but
I
yeah,
don't know.
I'm
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 just
the outlier
saying that
clearly.
I'd be surprised if it goes for 20 years. But prove me wrong, Lego.
All right, prove
Prove
me.
me wrong, Lego
We'll
Masters.
come back in like 20
We'll
years.
see. We'll see. Will Arnett. He'll be what in his 70s by then.
And well,
20 years from now.
yeah, there'll probably be a host change at some point because like even the Great British Baking Show, like they swapped out their hosts at like what year, like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't follow that show either. So
I don't follow it closely, but I was like sad when they swapped out the original hosts. So that was the closest example I could think of.
well, what do you
Um,
think about if Lego Masters put together some Bionicle
if
builds?
if you want to like tank the entire budget for the season of Lego Masters, add Bionicle parts to the brick
It's
pit.
evil.
Like the
Well,
budget
here's
will
another
just
one for you,
skyrocket.
Remy. What would you do if you're on Lego Masters and they tell you you have to do a Harry Potter challenge?
I would win the Harry Potter challenge. That's what I would do. Yeah.
And some infomercials go down shill from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. The question is relevant, folks at home, if you're wondering,
And
because, it's,
Lena's offering to be a pun partner builder with you, Remy.
maybe that's what it takes. Um,
You want a punching bag.
yeah, well, that's, I definitely want someone else to like take care of that
Nudge
aspect.
me in the arm. I'll
Look,
say a pun.
like, I don't, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses. That's just not one of my strengths. So you need balance
You're a
for
very
whoever.
good builder, and I will say you're not really good at puns, and you hate puns.
Yeah.
So it's
So
just like you
yeah,
said, whoever your partner
you
is,
need,
hopefully they'll pick up the slack
yeah,
with regard to that.
that's
But
what you
no,
do.
you're a really good builder, so I hope you get on the
Um,
show because it sounds like that's something you really want to do.
but yeah, if they had an HP challenge, I would win it. Uh,
Cool.
so yeah, don't buy Harry Potter, guys. That's all. Um, but anyway, back to my original point, which was season 3 of Australia. They had this snow globe challenge, and they just brought out these snow globes, and put snow throughout the things.
I
And
loved this challenge.
yeah, this was like your building area, and you put the
Hmm.
snow globe on top of it, and
Right.
like
And it looks
you
like
could
there's the spout on the
yeah
left where the
you could
snow
kind
is
of
going to come out.
you could kind of control like where the snow would come out.
Hmm.
And like here's your dome, so you can kind of get a sense of like
Now, see,
how big it was.
right here, this is where you see a designer at work. He
Mhm.
measured everything first
Yeah,
and said, okay, this is how tall it can go. And he put the globe out there really early in the build. I mean, look at that. The build is not even barely put together. So
yeah,
he already knew the dimensions right away.
like yeah, you got to know this stuff. It's
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to be surprised at the end of the episode.
Yeah, there were a couple teams who had that problem.
Um, but yeah, the advantage that Robin and Boone won was that they got to select from these 4 themed snow globes
Hmm.
and then pass out the rest of them, which was definitely like fun if you can't come up with a concept for like, beach holiday snow. Uh,
Well, and it's also better than them running for them. Can you imagine
yes.
them
Oh my god.
tossing the table over and glass
Just
shattering
yeah,
everywhere?
glass and water everywhere, and like, thank you for not doing
And
that.
they must have been globetrotters.
Yeah, they were not globetrotters in this episode. Um, but yeah, so they Boone and Robin got their first choice, and they made like a Santa's factory of Boppy the Lemurcorns. They
Which
got
you
the holiday toy
absolutely
factory.
love.
Yeah, yeah, and like this was a really great build. This is Operation Boppy copy.
Yeah, I
Um,
loved this build.
yeah,
So many great details in this build.
and
And the
also you had
motion.
yeah, there was the tree rotated one way, and the factory table rotated the opposite way, and then the elves in the chairs also spun around on their chairs. Um, so you had like a real like almost like a solar system, like an Ori, like
Hmm.
that kind of
Oh, it
complex
was so well
mechanism.
done.
Yeah. Um,
And the elves, those brick built elves, are hilarious.
yeah. Um,
They look so happy and so colorful and so much, so much going on.
yeah. There's some animals back here.
Poppy steals Christmas. Now,
Yeah,
did that
Poppy steals
also
Christmas.
upset you just seeing lemur corn heads
No, I mean this
without the body?
just because this lemur corn here is his eyes are glowing red with malicious intent doesn't mean that I'm upset by seeing any, Boppy the lemur corn. Would I purchase one? No, definitely not.
No, it's probably not one of
But
yours. Yeah.
yeah, it's just not everything is for everyone. That's fine. But this tree is great.
The
This
tree is
star,
beautiful. Yeah.
um, yeah, and all the elves are
Love
good,
all
and
the
these
details.
um, the presents really fill out the rest of the globe
Hmm.
nicely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so let's see
And
it.
he measured that tree. He knew how tall it was going to be and what it could take.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
Completely
there's
balanced.
really
I mean,
not
look
that
at that.
much space there.
It's just
Um,
beautiful. Yeah.
but
And
yeah,
even the
here's
way the snow comes in there.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, um, this was just a great representation of the theme all around. Here's some more snow details. Here they are, just kind of frolicking.
Yeah. And the elves are so happy.
Mhm. And this build was animated as well.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yes.
one of the
They
fun
did such a
ones.
good job with that.
Okay, and now moving on to Leslie and Mel's. I wish this. Now this will never come to fruition, but this would have been a really fun buddy comedy because they talked about how they had gotten closer, and Leslie learned about
Yeah.
Lego, and
It's
yeah,
a shame.
yeah. So they had the snowy woodland forest build, and they made this snowy fairy forest. Um, and I'm surprised that they went with like one giant tree in the center. Um, but I
Well,
guess if you
that's
wanted
what
to,
Boone did with theirs. They had
yeah,
a one giant tree in the center. I
right,
think it just goes back to the height.
yeah. Um, and this was also, Mel measured it, and the fairies spinning around were able to clear this horizontally and vertically. So uh, that was good there.
No, he had to switch out the fairies because
Mhm.
the fairies were on top, and then he had to put the fairies underneath the spinning mechanism because they
Mhm.
were hitting the top of the globe.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, they made that adjustment in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Uh,
because he said he didn't have time to rebuild it, so he just moved the
mhm.
fairies onto the bottom of the spinner,
Yeah.
and that worked.
And let's see, these mushrooms are pretty cute. Like all the little forest scenery.
Yeah, the forest is just adorable.
Um, And here's like, I loved this bear. Like there's a black bear, and here's Will Arnett,
Will Arnett with the cape
the king of the fairies.
coming through on a bear. I know that
Yeah,
was great.
because he's specifically requested to be in this build.
Run,
So
Forrest, run.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah,
of course,
here's
there is no greater gift than the present.
yeah.
Yes, it is a cool build. I agree with you, Lena.
But yeah, here's a little bit better view of the big. Excuse me, I'm like choking to death now on all these puns. Like
Too many puns,
it's
giving
physically
you
making my heart
indigestion.
stop. Yeah, it's like, but that's okay.
Is there a doctor in the house? Oh, there's two doctors in the house.
Two doctors in the
He's
house.
dying from all the puns.
Yeah. But yeah, the water is very good here as well, and these little rabbits. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, and here it is under the
Yeah, I
snow.
liked it once it was fully illuminated with all of the snow. It really pulled it together.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta. Yeah. All right.
Yes, and the bear is adorable. I agree.
Oh, okay. Here's a better shot of the bear, and the fairies are having a snowball fight. Is
Mm-hmm.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think Leslie made all the fairies, so that was cool. That like, at the end of like 4 challenges, Mel could be like, "Hey, just go build some fairies," and there you go. Yeah, here they are having the snowball fight. But yeah, next up is Natalie and Finesse's Candy Cane Lane fashion show, and they had Candy Cane Lane. And it took them a while to come up with a concept for this.
Yeah.
But I really liked their concept. I think it was a good concept, like just having a fashion show.
I guess if you end up on the show, Remy, it goes back to you got to come up with your concept like within the first half
Yeah,
hour.
you gotta just
You just have to settle on an idea and roll with it in the first half hour. Because if you lose an hour just thinking about what you're going to build, yeah, it's unfortunate. And they ran into that problem plus the space problem too.
And Finesse suggested, hey, let's just go get the bricks and start building, and then we'll think of it. So maybe that's a way to approach the challenge.
Well, that's what the firefighters did because that's how Yo-Yo tends to work. I mean, he even said he has to have bricks in his hand, so they'd be talking mid-sentence, and then he'd be walking to the brick pit to get some things. That sign is awesome, and that's such a shame that they couldn't put it in the build.
Yeah, it was like
such a great sign.
It was like 2 bricks too tall to fit under the dome at the very end, and they couldn't get it down.
They weren't able to reconstruct it fast enough. Yeah, I wonder if they could have just taken that sign and like leaned it up against something inside the dome.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would have.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was a beautiful sign.
Something. Yeah. But yeah, this is Natalie and Finesse are members of the fashion show. This is
they also had a problem too with the motor dropping inside the build where they had to extract it out again.
Those motors are so sensitive. Like if you jiggle it and then it like falls down inside, and then it's a nightmare trying to like figure out what pieces you have to take off to like get to the mechanism. But thankfully they sorted out the motor because like the people went back and forth. And I love the lights on the stage. Like the stage is really fun.
And that little elf too in the front, or is that Santa?
Little
Santa in front.
Might be Santa.
And was that a raccoon in the back?
It could be a reindeer, maybe.
Just is that a reindeer? Okay.
Maybe the horns. I think there's an attempt at horns. Not a lot of great overall shots of this build, unfortunately.
Well, the sign was kind of the centerpiece, and unfortunately, they couldn't get the centerpiece done.
But yeah, there's a lot of great characters.
The snowman in the front looks a little blocky, but it adds to the snow effect.
It's snowy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here it is under the snow, crashing down. Here's some more snow.
Your sense of humor and your food is getting stale. I should probably eat it. Yeah, we're getting ready to wind down, but thanks again
Well,
for
no,
dropping in, Lena. Appreciate that. I'm sure Remy is actually kind of glad to see you go because he hates puns.
well, no, yeah, I do hate fun,
Happy
um,
Festivus. Yes, happy Festivus and Merry
but yeah,
Christmas. Happy
if,
Christmas if you
if you,
celebrate.
yeah,
Agree.
if your
Thanks
food
for
gets
dropping in,
stale,
Lena. We'll be
yeah,
in touch.
thank you for hanging out. Good luck on the Bricklink program. But yeah, if your food is getting stale, you should probably not eat it. You should, in fact, throw it out. So there we go. But yeah, there's this photographer here.
Right, that's a
These,
callback to their photography build, it looks
yeah,
like.
these great cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and now finally we have Cheryl and Dom's Miracle in Miami.
I
Uh,
loved their build.
yes, like
Oh
they had
my
the
gosh.
tropical holiday theme.
The
Um,
colors that they used on the skyline, the
like this,
lighting.
yeah, this was also animated,
Yeah,
and it was
this was beautiful.
just a great build. I loved it as well. So yeah, this is part of it's animated. We've got Santa and Mrs. Claus and Rudolph
On the
and the
beach.
sleigh. You can see the seagulls are already swarming.
That's funny.
Um, yeah, and there's this whole like gift shop over here where people are like sledding and um, passing out nice drinks. And yeah, and here's the blue moon. They
Yeah,
said
the blue
it
moon
snowed.
over Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a um,
I just love how the colors from the lighting just kind of just make the whole scene so beautiful.
yeah.
I think
Uh,
they're probably the only team that really focused on the lighting more than anything else. I mean,
let's
there was some lighting with Finesse and Natalie's right on the
Mhm.
runway, but
Yeah, but it's like
just the lighting really made this pop.
yeah, just by design, having the lighting on the stage makes it not
Hmm.
as like front and center as this build. But yeah, they're just kicking back with some brews here. Like I like the cooler detail for some reason. Um, and yeah, here it is, and here it is in the snow.
I hope Dom makes a mini build of that
Yeah,
because it's
like a
just
mini.
really, really well done. I just don't think I would have ever thought of using those colors for a cityscape, but they work so well.
Yeah, it's like buildings under a certain kind of light. Maybe at sunset, or maybe
Well,
under this
just the
blue moon.
lavender and the blues, and looks like what some sort of orange or coral kind of speckled in
Mhm.
there too.
Very like flamingo colored.
Yeah, really, really well done. And the other part that when Boone and Robin assigned the globes, everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah,
So it
everybody
wasn't
was
a real
happy.
big
So
competition. Yeah.
and really, like I don't think there were any like necessarily bad themes.
Hmm.
Although the tropical holiday could be tough if you didn't, grow up in Miami like Cheryl and live in
Right.
Miami like
And
Dom.
have hot sauce competitions at Christmas.
Yeah, that's that's what a brutal tradition.
That is such
Um,
a strange tradition. What
yeah,
do you guys do for the holidays? Oh, we have a hot sauce competition.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
see
We
whose
eat,
throat can burn the fastest.
yeah. Um, but hey, whatever works, whatever gets you together for the holidays.
Hmm.
That's all. Um, but yeah, this was, I really enjoyed this build. Um, and here are our top two finalists.
And once again, Robin is not wearing plaid.
No, he's actually his outfits have like devolved throughout the episode. It's like he's decaying in real
I
time.
don't know. It's just, I guess maybe he's trying out for a role in The Walking Dead, or
Maybe
I don't know.
um, maybe he's under some kind of holiday curse or
Or
something.
it's probably in his contract
Yeah,
that he shall not wear plaid.
as the hour approaches midnight, he gets
Yeah,
more and more denim and disheveled.
it's
But
funny.
um, but anyway, congrats to Robin and Boone.
Yay, Boone
You
and
know,
Robin, or
Boone
R&B, Team
or
R&B.
yeah, and for everyone that complained that Boone didn't win season 1, there you go. He's got the trophy. You can stop complaining
But
now.
Mark didn't get the trophy.
Well, I have a feeling that trophy is going to spend an amount of time at Mark's house too.
I don't
Um,
think so because now, remember at the end of the show,
mhm.
Robin says the trophy's coming home with him, probably
Yeah.
because Boone is in Billund now.
Well, but if I'm working on that show, I'm going to do everything I can behind the scenes to make sure Robin doesn't go home with that trophy.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Boone is actually probably happy he's taking the trophy because to
Oh
have
man,
to bring it all the way to Billund.
I would carry that thing around with me in Billund. I'd be like, look, because like
See, this is
everyone in
where I
Billund
think
is
you
like
and Boone are different.
plugged into the Lego community. So like,
Boone
if you
is
want,
just glad to have a job with Lego.
I mean,
He's
I'm sure
probably,
he's
I
yeah.
love the trophy, but Robin, if you want to have it and then I can come visit it. I mean, the fact that he can go to Robin Thicke's house to go visit the trophy,
Yeah, I just
that would be cool.
maybe.
And there
Yeah,
goes the
there it is.
trophy glow.
There it
I
is.
like this trophy better than the other one. The
Yeah, this is
colors. Yeah.
like more transparent pieces on the trophies, please.
Yeah. And
Um,
just, it just more festive and
mhm.
I like if I were to want to win a trophy, this would be the
Oh,
trophy I
okay.
would want.
There you go. But yeah, here's all our minifigures. Here's all our celebrity minifigures from the challenges. There isn't really a great shot of this, but I appreciate that they put them on there. Um, yeah, and that's the Lego
That
Masters
is
Celebrity
the
Holiday
end
Bricktacular.
of our season.
Yes.
This is another time for us to just say thank you, everybody, for tuning in, being a part of our reviews. And I will be streaming, I'm planning to stream Tuesday because Tuesday is Lego Day. For those of you who have
All
not
right.
heard, that, just like the 26th is Boxing Day, Lego has claimed the 27th as Lego Day. Cute hats. Hey, how's it going, GLS? How's
GLS,
it
what's up?
going? Good to see you, Con.
You tuned in
Yeah,
to the
no.
best part.
So if you are interested, I'm thinking I still haven't figured out what time I'm going to do this. It's probably going to be in the evening, is my guess. Probably around 7ish, I think, is I'm going to start building because I am way behind on mocks and sets and other things, and it's Lego Day, so you've got to build on Lego Day,
That's
right?
true.
And don't forget, the 12 days of Christmas actually start on the 25th.
Yes.
So technically, I can still be making more ornaments to go on this tree, and the tree can stay up until Epiphany, which is January
Mhm.
6th. So I'm going to keep this tree up. I might still wear
Mhm.
the Santa hats for a while, but definitely
No.
Tuesday, we're going to have to do some
Yeah.
building for Lego Day.
Yeah.
That's my
Or if you
plan.
prefer, or if you're like me, the tree can stay up until question marks, until February
All year
or
round, if
April.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Ain't
do
no,
want to thank you, Remy, too, because I do have this. This is, let me see if I
oh,
can get it off the tree. This
yeah.
is a ornament that Remy built for me. Oops.
You can see the quality craftsmanship there
Of
in the,
course it
in the
falls down.
sale. Like I spent
Okay, I
upwards
can
of 10
fix
minutes
this.
building it. So
I can fix
no,
this. I'm pretty
it's
sure I
okay.
can. There we go.
But yeah, it's a,
Okay, so as Remy knows, I'm into pirates.
mhm.
And he said there isn't a super pirate baby. So we
Yeah,
have
that's right.
this little baby piloting the ship. So super
Mhm.
pirate baby. And this is also a preview because the month of January we're doing Mind the Brick. So I'm actually co-hosting this with Brighton Bricks, who does Mind the Brick, and we're doing Mind the Baby. So any kind of build like this would be perfect for Mind the Baby, and just to raise awareness for mental health for the month of January. So new things coming for the Brick and Broadcast Network. And then Remy and I will start again when LEGOMasters New Zealand hits the shelves, which I think is going to be April, roughly April. So we're going to be at probably a 3-month, 4-month hiatus for our review shows until Lego Masters New Zealand comes back. And Lego Masters New Zealand, as you know, Robin Sather was on the show, and he said he's willing to come back. And we're hoping he's going to connect us also with the contestants, so we get some interviews with the contestants as well. So anyway, thank you again, Remy. This has been fun. Best of luck to you. As I know, if you end up on Lego Masters, well, I guess we won't know, right? So
no, you won't know.
You'll like disappear from the internet for like 6 weeks.
And at this point, I actually don't know. So I would really like to know, but.
Well, you won't know for a while. I mean, they have to go through all the interviews and everything. So have you gone through at least one interview yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. So you still, the process is long and arduous.
Yeah.
So first you put in your paperwork, then you have at least one interview. Yeah. You might get a second interview, and then you have build challenges. And then you have the last final selection.
I'm waiting right here.
Even if you do well on the build challenge, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get on the show.
Just waiting for that phone call.
You're going to wait for the phone call?
I'm going to keep it right here, so when it calls, I can just.
Well, it's you and your partner. So you and your partner have to be, ready for. Because remember when we interviewed Carrie and Patrick, that I think it was Patrick, it was Carrie, I think, who drove to Patrick's home so that they could do a joint interview together.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some travel involved, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thanks. We'll see.
I may be reviewing your show. You're on Lego Masters Season 4.
Yeah, someday, hopefully.
Well, best of luck to you. And thank you, everybody, again, for hanging out with us. And as you know, if you want to follow Brick Literacy and cheer him on, you can go to Brick Literacy on Instagram. Make sure you do that. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Like and subscribe to the stream. It helps. I know some of you are not watching right away. You might be watching later just to see our take on the reviews. And also, I should mention, we forgot to mention this. Our predictions were spot on, except for first place, because we did not see Stacy and Nick in the top 3. So that's why it was a surprise, but well-deserved win, because that bookshelf was pretty freaking amazing. So just, you never know how things are going to turn out. But I'm really proud of our predictions, because we nailed it. We said the firefighters were going to come in second. We said Dave and Emily were going to come in third. So we were pretty good on our predictions on that. And lastly, don't forget, you can send a note to P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington, 98103. So have a nice holiday season. I will be back on Tuesday doing some builds. And I think Remy and I will be back in April of 2023.
Yep,
I know.
Look forward to it.
It'll be faster than you know it. It'll come pretty quickly. Yeah. So anyway, take care, everybody. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, take care, have fun, enjoy the holidays, keep building, and may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.